Hey, ChatGPT, who is winning the AI war? Alright, any AI-empowered tool will be super biased for its creators. Yet the underlying truth remains undisputed. Tech companies like Nvidia and Microsoft are revolutionizing artificial intelligence to make some big bucks. The hustle is brutal, and in the process, they're single-handedly changing our economy from within. In this video, we'll talk about how Nvidia is winning the AI revolution, how the GPU chips shaping our economy, and finally, the deep economic implications of the AI arms race. Before we jump in, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more economic tidbits like this. As all notions of economic and technological development go, the surge in AI has its fair share of triumphs and defeats. On one front, the tech industry is going towards a big boom in investment and profit-making as the public affinity with AI products is increasing exponentially. We aren't talking about the distant future. For all we know, the AI future is here, and it's inescapable. At the same time, the other front of the AI revolution is dark and bleak. For better or worse, the unparalleled sensationalization of ChatGPT has kickstarted the surge of AI in the common man's everyday life. In academia, OpenAI's brainchild poses newly oriented threats to the authenticity and the legitimacy of epistemic access. Globally, professors and teachers are under great duress as their students are actively seeking ChatGPT's mediocre contributions to the highly complex disciplines. This particular misfortune gives us harrowing insight into what happens next. Skilled jobs are on the verge of collapse. Intuitively, there's no need for support staff in a firm when ChatGPT writes perfectly curated emails with no spelling or grammatical errors. And the comparative couldn't be more different than it is already. It isn't hard to determine who loses the great war in the AI surge happening right now. But for more robust tidings, tech industries like Nvidia briefly locked up $1 trillion in its earnings after bringing AI to its portfolio. From GPU for video games to enhancing computing architecture, the company is revolutionizing AI at lightning speed. In the first quarter of 2023, Nvidia had forecasted its sales to rack $11 billion. Taking advantage of the rising momentum of his company, the founder and CEO, Jensen Huang, stated that the world is at the tipping point of a new computing era. And well, let's say Nvidia's boss worked like a charm. The very next day, his company's market value skyrocketed to briefly hit that 1 trillion benchmark. Why are computing companies like Nvidia locking up huge sales and revenue right now? Sure, AI has been lurking in the folds of tech advancement for a while now, and Microsoft's bold stance to kickstart the AI war has its own market value, or in other words, a direct incentive for corporations to optimize artificial intelligence in its products and services. But a more realistic answer to our question has to do with the newly founded complexity of AI models that rely on extensive, fast-paced computing for the training itself. Here, the ultimate goal is to significantly decrease the crunching numbers that go into feeding the AI. And current AI systems, generative or otherwise, have millions of consumers. With that sort of demand, companies want to step up their game. In doing so, they're also creating a new demand for computing extensive AI models that are powerful and heavy on processing capacities. Nvidia's breakthrough in AI is largely attributed to the deep learning model that it optimized more than a decade ago. Now, its defining monopoly in the AI market is all about its chips that have been monumental in training successful models like ChatGPT. And this is exactly why a new chip tussle is going to reshape our economy for the winners and losers of the AI revolution. The cycle here is quite simple. At the back end of AI processors, there's a stronghold of cloud computing providers. And in order to exponentially increase their computing power and speed, companies need monstrous chips. You wouldn't be surprised to know that Nvidia is the leading chip maker for most AI models in the world. To be fair to Jensen Huang, he hasn't exactly wheezed his way into this market. Sure, his chips have come a long way though. The company's humble beginnings as the struggling graphic card maker are almost astounding now. As of now, Nvidia is controlling the reins of what we like to call the chip acquisition pipeline. You see, AI networks desperately need powerful chips called the GPU, or the graphic processing unit. This is because GPUs process a myriad of computations simultaneously, and this is precisely what you need to train AI and deep learning models. Plus, deep neural networks require exponential power to operate, something that only a GPU can provide. So, yeah, GPU and AI evolution go hand in hand, and it's almost convenient that not only Nvidia claims to be the inventor of GPU, but it has also maintained a firm share of the market. If we talk numbers, the company is looking for an exponential increase in the market value of its specialized GPUs. And we're talking a maximum snatch of $15 billion in this particular sector only. Plus, Nvidia's end-to-end accelerated computing platforms are key in tapping into the chip industry that empowers AI. Marketed as the world's leading computed solution, Huang's data center is responsible for Nvidia's 56% sales, and those numbers are going to double in a year or so. Oh, before you ask if there is any worthy competitor to decelerate a company's impending market monopoly, there is one hope. So far, AMD is still on schedule to release its GPU chip, but experts say that it'll fall behind. Let's sketch this out, shall we? In these unprecedented times of growth, Nvidia will be solely capitalizing on the chip acquisition. That means that our fears of an increasing divide in the competitive tech market aren't a hoax. If the company perfects the GPU, it'll maintain its position as the leading provider of chips to powerful companies like Microsoft and OpenAI. Even though companies like Google and Amazon are also making their own chips, it'll be hard to reclaim the top spot from Nvidia. Intel and AMD have already tried, and they failed miserably. But also, such numbers show that a new dawn of stock market investment is also on the horizon. Gone are the days when people would invest in trendsetters like Tesla and Facebook. At this point, Nvidia is a bigger company than those two, and their $1 trillion trophy means investors are hoarding the company's stock. As long as Jensen's GPUs sell like hotcakes, investors will continue to profit off the monopoly that Nvidia is. And if our economic rundown has taught us anything, it's that with great power comes great responsibility. So far, Nvidia is riding the high tide, but are we trusting one single company to accelerate AI growth? Seems like it. But of course, in this long haul, there are some other players too. Want to keep up with the rapidly changing outlook of AI? Make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss an update from us. On a very macro level, AI is single-handedly defining our economy as we see it today. The galvanizing AI arms race between Google and Microsoft teaches us some important lessons. Tech corporations will ruthlessly lay off employees to find more money for their AI testing and model development. Their failures and successes with AI are also focal characteristics in defining their stock performance. When Google's Bard made a factual error in its public demonstration, Alphabet lost $100 billion in market value within a few hours. Just like that. The stock suffered immensely, and the company's investors were a bit shaken. The AI trajectory poses more vulnerability to small-scale shareholders and investors. Not to mention, the incorrigible fascination with chatting and info-based AIs have deep principled implications too. So far, Microsoft has pumped $13 billion into OpenAI to find a cutting edge over its competitor, Google. And it's safe to say that Bard has nothing over ChatGPT in capitalizing on the emerging AI awareness in public. Since Microsoft has 75% of Microsoft's portfolio in its deep pocket, it's set to make huge profits as well. Not to mention, the company is also committed to further enhancing ChatGPT for the growing market. So here's the thing. If experts are right about OpenAI actively substituting for jobs, then we're on the verge of another systematic unemployment crisis. All of this while Microsoft rakes billions. Even in this perplexing circle, companies that support the AI infrastructure rather than directly developing it are bound to come on top. For instance, Nvidia will sell its GPU chips to each and every buyer, and rightfully so. But also, its ambitions to make more powerful chips mean that it's actively aggravating AI's enhancing capabilities. Rather than asking what AI can do, we'd be asking what is something that AI can't do, and if, or more appropriately, when the ChatGPT-esque bubble of AI bursts into millions of pieces, we'll be left with another uncharted territory. Either way, in the meanwhile, companies like Nvidia, Google, and Microsoft will keep winning the AI war. Enjoyed this video? Give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for easygoing economic analysis.